reports from Malaysia. The current discourse on HIV/AIDS in mainstream media seems to suggest an obsession with the condom culture and safe-sex paradigm. The libertarian Occident, in no uncertain terms, advocate that as their main thrust in their crusade against HIV/AIDS, and has used um, a substantial volume of support for this strategy elsewhere to indiscriminately this modus operandi and transplant them piecemeal into our national HIV/AIDS programs may turn out to be a folly. Some 22 years into the syndrome complex, the World Health Organization global summary document of the HIV/AIDS epidemic estimates 42 million people living with HIV/AIDS. Dr. Nafis Sadiq, Kofi Annan special envoy for HIV/AIDS in the Asia Pacific, said that the prevalence of HIV/AIDS remains low in the Muslim world, with rates with below 1% in countries with a Muslim majority, and similarly in Muslim minorities in other countries. These figures would therefore suggest that the infusion and practice of universal values derived from the Quran and prophetic teachings in individual, family, and social life must have endowed considerable prophylaxis against this deadly disease. On the whole, I believe that citizenry continue to cherish the universal values of self-discipline, chastity, mortality, decency, and family centricity. A whole host of human values, code of conduct, and ethics shared and guarded enviously by the believers in our nation: Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, Sikhs or other religious persuasions. Addressing the HIV/AIDS pandemic demands a comprehensive and integrated response with priorities. Preventative strategies provides therapeutic care and support to the afflicted and their families, and puts in place long-term macroeconomic and social interventions to redress the socio-economic impact of HIV/AIDS. The preventative strategies advocated by Islam and shared by virtually all other religious dominations emphasizes the A for abstinence from sex, and B for being faithful in marriage, the C for condom use, the D for drug abuse avoidance, and the E for education of the public on the disease complex and its myriad of repercussions. The avoidance of fornication and adultery is fundamental in the injunctions of the Sharia, and I believe most other religions too, to preserve the sanctity and purity of virginity, progeny, and family. How may I ask, would you respond to a speaker at the International Muslim Leaders Conference on HIV/AIDS who arrogantly said how empty religious platitudes are in addressing the problem, and how even when those responses